How do you deal with death? The idea of somebody dying, a dead loved one. I got a friend of mine here who's usually not around me that much, but we have a lot of common history, and there's so many people that have come and gone. Why is the front of my hat doing that? It's supposed to be like that. So we were reminding each other about people that are no longer with us, and they're dead. So I thought I would take this opportunity to give you some definitions that I have found it convenient and accurate to use about our reality. And I guess the primary core word is life. We're all here for life. And we're human beings. There's other terms that we can use. We're people. And by the way, I don't really feel that's the plural of person. Although because they start with a P-E, we tend to think of it that way. But I find not much proof for that. We have the idea of the soul, and I feel that's defined as the inner, deeper accumulation of what is the human individual on a unseen, non-physical level. So they accumulate the essence of, what they are, their nature, how advanced they are in the scheme of things. I think that's what the soul is. And when you factor in reincarnation, which is defined as multiple ongoing lifetimes, like a string of pearls on a necklace. Here's one, it ends because of death, and then there's a birth and another life, and death again, repeating, never ending actually. There's some possible ways to get out of the cycle, but then that would mean becoming immortal. When we talk about life, it's in the sense of mortality, and we have a certain amount of time in this physical body for that life. So, getting back to soul, I like to use it as just being based within this lifetime, that something of the inherent nature of the person, almost like their deeper personality. And why I'm spending so much time with this, to try to clarify the word, is because I find it a little bit different than spirit. Because what is a spirit but the eternal connections of all the souls, and is not just confined to the life or to the human side of it. To me, a spirit is the very highest component of what we could be. It's like the most ideal, closest part to the maker, your creator. And that spirit is so much more wise, and maybe it's like within, wrapped in all of this human type of talking and thinking and doing. So that spiritual core is so pure and so much more godlike, holy, and non-physical, that its relation to the soul might be like the string and the necklace of the pearls. So the core within each pearl is going to be a soul, and the thing that connects all of them is the spirit. To me, that's been useful for many years now to try to use these words without confusion, or use them vaguely or interchangeably, because I find that you really can't do that. Spirit or soul is not the same, and I'm saying also that I don't have absolute knowledge of it. A lot of it is still questionable, or there's certainly a lot of overlapping to these things. When we also talk about soul, we see that it comes directly from a word called soul, S-O-L, which is also the sun. Soul is like the Latinized version, and I'm not sure where the Latin got it from. So soul must mean some essence that's within that sun that we have in the solar system, soul, our system. And, I think we're wanting to say that there's a sun within each one of us. It's our soul, the soul. So that's a very interesting connection, because the soul, the sun out there, is a source of physical life. Without it, we don't have plants doing photosynthesis with their chlorophyll, and, how would animals live? Would we have enough heat on the surface? Wouldn't everything freeze without that heat and the light? So there's another basis for the word soul. And then when you talk about sun, a little bit of a digression, it's connected with the word son, like in person, a son of descendant from a father or the maker. We're all sons. And then for women, females, I'm not sure why they came up with the word daughter. I don't think I'm qualified to say too much about the word daughter right now, or I just don't remember. Male, female, man, woman. So some feminists could say, oh, we're just add on that, and it's variation of the male patriarchal supremacy that they want. Or you don't have to take a feminist anti-masculine approach. You can say that, well, the other gender, the other sex, must be more, because they've got extra letters to their word. There's something more. Well, I guess that's enough wordplay that I'm going to do today, but these are really major terms that I try to use, like when I'm writing or when I'm thinking, sometimes when I'm talking. But I do know that other people might have other sensibilities or usages for the word, and maybe when you've listened to this, you found this was totally different than the way you've thought about it, or maybe what I'm saying makes more sense to you and you can adopt it. In any case, you can leave your comments, share this with all your friends, favorite it, thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe.